Hello and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. Now today I'm going to be going over when color choice matters. Now me personally, when I'm targeting fish, meaning I'm fishing something like flipping or an individual rock pile or a specific point or maybe an isolated stump or patches of little weeds, to me color choice doesn't really matter then. I mean, I have a few colors I use and a few colors I always use when I'm fishing those patterns, and they're usually something natural, something that blends in, because most prey in the water that are just sort of minding their own business and cruising around will in fact try and blend with their environment. And I have at times, or a lot of times, come back from a day of fishing and been fishing a technique where I'm targeting and pinpointing specific areas where I know bass are going to be. And I'll talk to someone that's very convinced that they found this color within the similar technique, and that was the reason that they caught fish. And I actually caught fish using a color that's completely different from what they were. But there is a time when color choice matters a lot, and that is when you're fishing a reaction bite. Now, if you're either high-speed cranking a high-speed rattle trap or ripping a jerk bait or pretty much anything, you're ripping through the water really quick, that's when color is very, very important. Because a reaction bite doesn't have to do with them sitting ready to ambush something or waiting for something to just merrily go by. It's pretty much a knee-jerk reaction. It's instinctual. If something goes by them really fast, they instinctually just reach out and grab it. And if something's coming by and they can suddenly see it 2 or 3 feet further away, that's going to be the difference between catching fish and catching no fish. Now, my high-speed cranking technique, I've been using it for 15 years, and it was handed down to me from friends, and I've been sort of honing it. And I've seen lots of examples where color, just a slight difference in color, can mean all or nothing. And one that comes to mind is a tournament I fished at Kachuma. I hadn't been there in about 3 months. When I got there, the water was a totally different color, and I had 3 spots picked out I wanted to fish for a tournament, spots I pretty much always catch fish. And with my technique, I usually start out with 5 or 6 different colors of the same crankbait on the deck, usually bandits, 4 to 6 foot bandits. I love those. And I go from darker to lighter. And my process is starting out with darker, rotating through my spots, and then shifting through the colors up to the lightest until I find the one that they're actually triggered to hit. And in this tournament, I started out in the morning and I spent about 3 or 4 hours rotating through my spots. Went through from darker to lighter 4 of my colors with nothing, not even a bite. And then my last spot was this island, a little isolated island, and I decided to switch to one of my lightest colors. And instead of switching and going to my first spot, I decided, anyway, I'd already been around this island, I'm going to put on the newest color and go around it again. I ended up catching a limit of smallies that pass around. And I decided I'm going to go around this one more time. And I ended up culling with 2 really nice largemouth. And I spent the rest of the day going through those 3 spots and catching fish all day long and the next day, because it was actually a 2-day tournament. But the first 3 hours, using different colors, same bait, same technique, same depth, not a thing. Because when it comes to reaction and the fact that it is a reaction, something that stands out the furthest in the water, and just, like I said, 1-2 feet further away can allow those fish to either grab it or sit there wondering where the hell it went as it passes by them. So give it a try. I mean, that tournament, afterwards, everyone came to me and said they couldn't find a crankbait bite. And truth is, if I would have stopped after those first 4 colors and decided to go to a different technique, I would also have thought, crank's not working. But I know that when it comes to reaction bite, color choice does matter. Until next time, I hope this helps. That's another fish. guy out here.